On a cocktail napkin at dinner before the air went off,
Stop.
we wrote the business plan to Game Day Communications. Our clients are great. They get it. They get the power of getting up early to be on Channel 12. They get it.
How has social media changed the game of what
Oh, good and bad.
you do? Amen to that, sister.
You of all people.
Oh, trust me. Trust me. I'm going to be grumpy old man just for a
Yeah,
second.
please do. I'll be on your lawn.
Do the younger folks hustle as much as you and I hustle?
No, that's why I wrote the book. No.
Lunch Break with Bob Herzog, sponsored by Izzy's.
If there is a big event happening around town, somewhere, this lady is probably on a headset, pulling the strings or something. I'm joined by Jackie Reau. Jackie, how are you?
Hello.
I'm so glad you're here today. CEO, Game Day, co-founder, all the things.
Yep.
I'm glad you could take a breath and
Why,
sit
thank
down.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me to lunch at Izzy's.
Yeah, not a bad spot. to
Not
sit
a bad
down,
spot at all.
Have a little bit of lunch. So when I say that, I mean it. I feel like if I'm name a place, name an event in this city, if I look around and somewhere you're there with a clipboard or a headset or some other thing, let's go back in time to 2002.
Yeah.
You and Betsy Ross decide Game Day.
Mm-hmm.
How does this happen? Where had you come from and this idea said, now is the time?
Well, I have to take you back to when Tipper Gore visited Cincinnati.
Wow.
Which would have been
That's a name drop. Tipper Gore.
Mid-90s.
Okay.
And it was the second Clinton administration. So,
Okay.
of course, she was second lady, Tipper
Okay.
Gore.
Yeah.
And she was here to do a roundtable on mental health. That's how far, ahead of us she
Wow.
was, talking about mental health in the 90s and how important it is. And that's when I met Betsy Ross.
Yeah.
Because Betsy was at Channel 5.
Yeah.
And so I was the PR girl at Deaconess, and then I went over to Christ, and so we just continued to work together in stories and, like all the stations. And it was about, then after Christ, I went to the Art Museum for
Yeah.
5 years,
Okay.
Cincinnati Art Museum, and then Betsy went to ESPN,
Yeah.
same time. And we were having dinner before going to see a show, and we're like, why doesn't somebody have a PR firm that focuses on sports entertainment here? And on a cocktail napkin at dinner before the air went
Stop.
off, we wrote the business plan to Game Day Communications.
Please tell me you still have that
No, I
napkin.
do not, of course. And it would be completely irrelevant. No social media, no internet, no nothing, really.
Well, and that's the next place I want to go. Think about not just where we are in terms of how we communicate,
Yeah.
but really where this city is in terms of how we look at events and possibilities. How different are we now than we were in 2002?
Night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day.
Yeah.
I mean, the Flying Pig Marathon was our first client. This will be our 25th race coming up in 2027, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And, thank you to Ira Simpson Bush for saying yes to Game Day Communications.
Wow.
And, I thank her every day as our first client, and what a client to have.
And those kinds of relationships
Yeah.
and what you do, kind of everything, yeah?
Yeah, relationships are everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Media relationships, event relationships, relationships with really anyone who will take my call, because when things go south, you've got to know who to call, and it's hopefully somebody takes that call, which they usually do.
You're a proud Bobcat,
I am a very proud Bobcat.
both for undergrad and master's. Got your undergrad journalism, yes? Broadcast
Yes,
journalism?
correct.
And then sports administration.
Yep.
Did you end up where you thought you'd end up, or are you in a place that you never even imagined?
Well, I grew up in Toledo, Ohio,
Okay.
and the plan was to stay in the States, said my mother, for tuition.
That
so I
tends
went
to help
as
a
far away as you could go from Toledo. I remember the comedian Rita Rudner. She was at OU for a mom's weekend, and she said, well, I asked my travel agent how to get to Athens, Ohio, and she said, parachute. So I always think about that. But I literally would have nothing without Ohio University, nothing. It's where I learned really the possibilities. I could dream a little bit.
Yeah.
I met my family in terms of my friends, my sorority sisters who, going to see each other this weekend. I mean, it's everything to me.
And it's those relationships again.
Absolutely.
Same kind of thing,
yeah.
right?
And I'm honored to give back as a member of the OU Foundation Board. So I'm there, 3-4 times a year, which I love.
So you mentioned the Flying Pig. What other events that you have been involved with do you think this thing, we do it differently here? Or this thing, wow, how this has grown since?
Yeah. Opening day, all day long. There is nothing better than opening day in Cincinnati. And I've hosted a number of people coming into town, journalists or just people looking at the city for events. And I say, oh, you got to come to opening day. Oh, sure. And they get here, they're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you weren't just saying that.
No, they're like, oh my God, everyone's wearing red. I'm like, yes. And nobody's working.
No.
Holiday.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the best day of Cincinnati all year, every year.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. So
Yeah.
we got that for the Reds, and then I've experienced a Super Bowl with you
Yes.
as well for the Bengals. Talk about when you are planning something for here that is happening somewhere else.
Well, that Super Bowl run was magical, was
Oh.
it not? And
Amazing.
I am a news junkie. I'm flipping around to all y'all, and I'm looking. You guys are going to Kansas City, you're going to Nashville, and covering the run, and I'm like, surely there's somebody better than a drunk fan holding a Bud Light talking about the Bengals that we could have on the air, representing Cincinnati. I love my fans, but so after
But
we
they
beat,
have to be believed sometimes.
yeah, after we beat Kansas City.
Yeah.
I started thinking about, we should do something. We should create like a media hospitality center. And I just had this idea, and I looked at the map, the LA map, and I'm like, okay, LAX is here, LAX Weston is here. Everyone's going to have to drive by us. So I called the LAX Weston, became new best friends with the director of events. I got this room right off the lobby. I'm like, all right, here we go. And so then I had to pay for it. So I raised the money to pay for it in about 48 hours. It's amazing what a Super Bowl run will do to open up pocketbooks.
Yes, I ended up dancing in that room.
You did. We had the Governor DeWine stop by,
Yeah.
Mayor Aftep stop by.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so
Ooh,
much.
Thank you.
I went soup this time,
This
which
looks
I've been told was a
lovely.
bold move when you're wearing a white shirt. Thank you so
you.
much.
Oh, it was, it was so much. Drew Lachey came by, Anthony Munoz, Icky Woods.
Everybody would just sort of check into
Yeah.
the room as they
It
were
was a
walking
lot
through
of
the
fun.
Weston.
It was a lot of fun. And we were able to showcase Cincinnati to the credentialed media who were covering the Super Bowl.
Is that your favorite event? What an impossible question, but I
Oh.
have to ask. Do you have a favorite event or a favorite year of a particular event? Or both?
Oh.
Aha.
Major League Baseball All-Star Game was pretty special when we hosted it. 2015.
Yeah.
The
Todd
Todd Father
Frazier, come
won
on.
the home run derby. If you said define magical, I'm going right there.
So,
Todd Frazier. I'm getting chills talking about it.
okay, you're getting chills. I'm reliving frustration. I'll explain. I had the opportunity to go either to the home run derby or to the game.
Oh.
I chose the game.
Oh.
Now listen, it's an all-star game. We had a wonderful time. Brought my son Danny. He got to meet Barry Larkin.
Yeah, okay, well that's...
It was great.
Yeah, the game was a little snoozy between us.
Especially as compared
To the home
to
run
the
derby.
home run
Oh
derby.
my God.
Because you're right, magical is the word for it.
Yeah.
What, didn't his
Yeah.
brother pitch to him? Am I remembering that right? Because you could choose.
I think you're right.
You could choose who
I think
pitches
you're right,
to you.
yeah.
I feel like it was his brother or a cousin
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That was a pretty special one.
Look at his career. Little League to home run derby. He was the best. Loved him.
That was a magical
Yeah,
run. He
that was
on
magical.
for a
That
cou-
was
for a
pretty
couple of
magical,
years
yeah.
here. How important are sports to this town, to this
Everything.
region?
Sports, when you think it's sports, it is a major economic driver in America. It's the sports events tourism economy is larger than the motion picture industry in America. It's hundreds of billions of dollars. That's why sports is so important to us here.
Yeah.
Jobs, economic impact, hotel rooms, restaurant, shopping, everything.
I'm going to let you take a bite. As we contemplate sports, we are in the middle of this World Cup run.
Yeah.
Is it catching on? America has been a little slower
Yeah.
to embrace the beautiful game.
Yeah.
I feel like it being in the States, and I'm only speaking from my perspective, has made a huge shift in attitudes toward the game.
I would
Do you
agree.
get that?
Well, 30 million of us watched USA Belgium,
That's
so
right.
I would agree.
And it wasn't even that good of a game.
Right.
Yeah.
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 So that's what a third of who watches the Super Bowl globally. That was just Americans.
I had not heard that
yeah.
comparison.
when you
on-
think about
on
it, it's
number
100 million
before.
watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
How has social media changed the game for what
Oh, good and bad.
you do? Amen to that, sister.
You of all people.
Oh, trust me. Trust me.
You of all people know that.
How has it made it better? Since you said both, how has it made it better?
I will say it connects like-minded people who care about a certain topic or passion or, a community, whether it's geography, an interest, a passion. I think that's kind of cool. But, I just think use it for good.
Use these powers for good.
Use these powers for good. That's all I like to say, yeah.
Have you had to deal with it going the other way?
Oh, every day, all day.
How is a person in your position who takes so much pride and has so much responsibility to different partners that you have, how do you deal with things in that space? Because it's one of those, once the genie is out of the bottle, and it doesn't matter if the genie told the truth or not.
Yeah, that's right.
Once the genie is out of the bottle,
reality.
boy, getting it back is awfully tough.
Yeah, perception's reality for sure. I've been fortunate to teach at UC and Xavier, and I tell my students all the time, your digital footprint is now following you throughout life. So be very, very careful, and very, very professional of how you're using social media and digital media. So I would say that to everyone.
Yeah. That counts for the person that's in charge of a corporate account.
That's right.
Or an event account.
Yeah.
Because how many times have we seen that? It's Harold the intern
That's right.
got put in charge of tweeting today and forgot that he wasn't on his count.
That's right. Oh, I've seen that,
It's a dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
It's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
You talked about young people. Other than that kind of advice, what sort of advice do you give someone who is in their late teens, early 20s, who wants to do what you're doing or wants to be involved in marketing in some way or in media some way? What do you advise them?
So every first day of every class, I start with, what is your dream job? And magic wand is out. And it can be everything from, I want to own the Reds to, I don't know. And that's great. And then what I'll do is I'll tailor my syllabus around those answers, responses. And so they get to see a sports agent. They get to see somebody from the Reds. They get to see a sports writer come in, and they're like, well, I could do that. And so the dream becomes a little more accessible.
Because they can see somebody else
That's
who's
right.
done it.
They learn, okay, what did you do in school? What did you do for an internship? So I took all of that, what I've taught for 10 plus years, into a new book that I have coming out called The Power of Hustle. And it's really intended for college students, and I'll call it young professionals, or really anyone. But it's kind of one part memoir, one part pep talk, one part, here's a workbook with some examples of how to get things going for you. So it comes out March 2nd, 2027.
I'm going to be grumpy old man just for a second.
Yeah, please do. I'll be on your lawn.
Do the younger folks hustle as much as you and I hustle?
No, that's why I wrote the book. No.
No, I
think they can.
I think they can too.
They can if they see.
Is it because they
see it?
Not that they haven't had to. What? I'm not sure what changed.
You're going to love one of the chapters. It's called 4 a.m. And really, it's
preach,
which is late for you. But it's. I love getting up to do morning live shots. I have for 20 plus years. I will be on a street corner at ballpark talking about the banks all day long. And so, for me, it's just telling them, you've got to outwork. You got to outwork everyone. You got to be there. You got to show up. You got to be on time. You got to be early.
I would tell my kids sometimes. I said, be on time.
Yep.
Work hard.
Yep.
I said, if you do those two things, you're already going to be beyond a certain percentage of folks who are trying to do the same thing. So start there and your goal.
Yeah.
It's so funny you say that about being out ready to do the interview at any moment.
Yeah.
Because Brian, who's our chief videographer at Local 12, I said, Jackie's coming today. I said, Jackie? He said, are you kidding me? He said, we count on Jackie for Saturday morning interviews. Because in the middle, it's still dark outside. And you're out there doing an interview.
And I will say, our clients are great. They get it. They get the power of getting up early to be on Channel 12. They get it, and they appreciate it, and they're there.
So if you ask these students in your class, dream job, Did anybody ever walk into one of your classes at OU and ask you the same question?
No.
And how would you have answered?
I probably wouldn't have known. I probably would have been that, I don't know,
Yeah.
you know. And when I started in healthcare, it was for a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you, I learned so much. And no day was ever the same. You know, from a Tipper Gore visit to a producer from the Jerry Springer show calling, to a crisis, to we've got this hotshot new doctor who's doing this new technique no one's doing in the world, you know, those types of things. So I learned a lot there.
Is one of the things that you learned the power of a good story?
Oh, for sure.
John Lomax used to always tell me, I'll start to cry.
I know.
That the thing that TV does best is tell stories of the heart.
Yeah.
People are going to forget facts. They're going to forget figures. Those will blow right by.
Yeah.
But if you tell people a story of the heart, it sticks. And I feel like in your job, that's incredibly important to know what the stories are.
Absolutely. And I think my phrase of the year that I came blowing in January, told my team they're tired of hearing it, is data-driven storytelling. And you're right. So tell me the story, but give me a little facts, give me a little, these days you got to kind of have data supporting things,
Yeah.
you know.
But there's got to be meat on the bone.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. For sure.
When you think about going back to that social media space, we tell stories so differently
Yeah.
now. And while we certainly enjoy telling stories with all of these cameras that are here and all of that, everybody kind of has a television camera in their pocket.
That's right.
How do you tell your stories differently?
Yeah.
And differently depending on medium?
But I think it all goes back to who's your audience, and God forbid we have the commitment of a 2-minute video. You know, is it 10 seconds? Is it 30 max? Right? And what's you gotta, you know, the first 6 seconds got to keep you captivated. So, you know, we're always looking at trends, metrics, what's behind the video, how many views, what works, what doesn't work, how to adapt. So I think the metrics behind the videos is really interesting.
Has a curious story to tell.
Yes.
And keeping people beyond that 3-second mark.
That's right. That's right. Well, you know.
It's a tough trick.
You know, yeah.
It is a tough trick to pull
Absolutely.
off a lot of times. So you're here in Cincinnati, from Toledo.
Yep.
What is it about this town? And I've asked this question to other people too,
Yeah.
who I know have had success to the level where if you had wanted to go somewhere else, could have gone and done that.
Yeah.
What is it about Cincinnati? Why is Jackie Reau still hanging out in Cincinnati?
I love living in Cincinnati. And when I was 30, I looked around. I looked at Boston. I looked at New York. I looked at Chicago. I kind of got itchy when I turned 30, and that's kind of where game day
30 will
came
do
around.
that.
Yeah. And I said, why would I leave this great city? I love living here. I can get to New York in 2 hours. I can get to Chicago in an hour or 4 hours if I want to drive. And then I also I said, I want to do sports media. And I looked at the Reds and I looked at the Bengals, and I go, those are great jobs. Those guys are going to die in their chairs. And both have just retired in the last, 5 years. So that wouldn't have worked out. So, you know, for me, Cincinnati is, and I know this sounds so cliche, but it's true, it's so collaborative. I think anymore we're 1 or 2 phone calls away from anything we need, or a couple handshakes away from anything we need.
Yeah.
And so that's what I love about this city. Doing business, living here. My best friends who are my family are here. So it's the real deal.
And you've been other places. We talked about being in LA for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You were telling me before we started,
Yeah.
you just got home from Wimbledon.
Yeah.
You know, you've been to these other places. You've seen events at other places and experienced things in big cities and all of that.
Yeah.
What do you think is the number one thing, or maybe a couple of things, that people who live here don't appreciate enough about here? Because sometimes I think as Cincinnatians, or people from the Tri-State, we don't stick our chests out enough.
I agree.
I think
I
we got
agree.
a lot more going on.
I'm trying.
Again, preach. I think we've got a lot more going on than we realize sometimes.
Number one on the list is the arts. All day long.
Cheers.
I mean, we're coming on the 100th anniversary of Arts Wave, which is the first United Appeal for the Arts in America, and still the largest. We're such a generous community, certainly with Arts Wave, United Way, and so many other great causes. So I love the generosity of our city, whether that's your that's your checkbook, that's your time volunteering, or just showing commitment to a cause. I love that. I think our food scene's outstanding. I mean, here we are at Izzy's.
Right.
I mean, I'm looking at 1901. This place has been around a while,
Yes,
and
it
it's
has.
still great.
Yeah.
And from the Izzy's of the world to the Salazars of the world to the Rubies and to the Frishes.
The names,
to,
you
name
know,
it.
you know the names. You know
We have
the
such a
names.
great culinary scene on the whole spectrum, which I love.
And I feel like a lot of people from out of town have almost a better appreciation for the culinary scene.
Yeah.
Maybe for the art scene than those of us who are from here
Sure.
really can fully
Yeah,
grasp.
I agree.
Because I've seen it elsewhere.
Yeah, and now we'll hopefully be part of the Michelin Guide, and so now that's a big deal, and
Huge
now
deal.
people really start to see us globally. Yeah.
For game day, what's been the one thing over the last 24 years that sticks out to you the most in how the city, how this area, how this region has changed?
Oh gosh,
See?
that's a good
That's a tough one.
question.
That's a tough one. I like asking the questions and then I eat soup while you have to ponder the answer.
That's a good question. I think I'm going to have to go back to sports. I think, sports is the front door of our city many times, right? When you've got a Bengals run, the Bengals doing well. When you've got the Reds doing well in August, you see now at Big 12, Xavier Big East basketball, FC, doing great things.
There's a special story too.
Right. I mean, you've got a lot of national, international TV exposure with the word Cincinnati in it that I think, we should be very proud of.
Are there any major challenges that stick out to you that keep us from taking the next step, whatever the next step is?
I think I literally I've been in Knoxville, I've been in Columbus just for day trips, and I turn on the news and I watch everywhere, and every city, it literally is like the same newscast in every city starts at the top of the hour with the crime and and we've got to put a big hug around our young people, and we've got to just say, hey, you guys, we're here for you. Education is so important. What can we do to help you? What can we do to make sure you're on the right path to success? I think we just have to put a really big hug around our young people.
See, I think it's so special to hear someone who is in your industry sort of recognizing an issue that lies sort of outside what you're doing, because even though it may seem outside, ultimately it does affect you.
It is.
Right?
I mean, yeah, because it affects all of us.
Because if people feel like they can't come downtown or they can't, that's a problem.
Yeah, right. And we shouldn't settle differences over gunfire.
Right.
We need to teach how to best communicate with each other and how to have empathy for each other. And I think that's the real opportunity. And really, not just our city, every city in America. Yeah.
You've got the book coming.
Got the book coming.
We talked about that.
Yep.
What else is coming down? You see it coming down the track for Jackie Reau. What else is going on?
Oh, well, 25 years in business is a pretty big deal. So I can't believe how that has come just around the corner. So we'll have some fun things to celebrate there.
Love it.
Yep.
Event-wise, anything on the horizon that you're really looking forward to, or special? I mean, as if you don't have events coming, but I mean, is there anything?
One of the events I love working on every year, Cincinnati Music Festival.
Yes.
That's coming up in a couple weeks.
Yep.
What a powerhouse lineup. Mary J's in the house.
Yep.
Uncle Charlie will be there, Nelly, so that's always fun. And then we have Blink, of course, Cincinnati Tennis, Cincinnati Open tennis tournament. And then, I feel like here we go again.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Can we talk about Blink? Can we do an aside to
Yeah.
Blink for a second? So, I unabashedly love Blink.
Me too.
It is.
I am on the streets all 4 nights.
Same.
I love it. And I plan it out so I can, I'll do OTR one night, I'll
Yep.
do Kentucky, I'll do,
My wife and I, we've done the same thing every time we've gone.
I'll plan dinner around it.
It is not just a huge accomplishment for a city in the United States. That feels like something that if I'm halfway around the world, I go, they're doing that where?
Right.
What is a Cincinnati?
Right.
What is it? Do you think it pops like that?
Oh, 100%.
Globally?
Yeah. Well, just think of all the artists they bring in
Yes.
from every continent,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yes.
And then our artists, thanks to Agar and the Cincinnati Chamber, are now going to Sydney. They're going to other major festivals like ours, and that only perpetuates the awareness and the excitement.
Were you surprised at all when that event first started, the first one, that it came together as well as it did?
No, I'm never surprised when events like who have the great people in charge. So those are my
Got the right
friends.
team.
Yeah, they got the right team. So I wasn't surprised by the logistics of it. I was blown away by the creativity and how our buildings just came to life in a way you would not imagine. I remember the first year of Blink, Saturday night, was in my downtown section, and I just remember looking at the CAC. I'm standing there on the street corner and going, oh my God, Zaha Hadid would be amazed by what her building looks like.
Right?
This is so cool.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
And one of the other things that I love so much, and I've mentioned something similar to other guests who have joined me for lunch, when I'm downtown and there are thousands of people roaming around and everybody's happy and everybody's in a good mood, I don't know what it, like, I literally swell with pride.
I know, me too. Me
It's
too.
just, it's a really special
The
thing.
last Blink, I remember we were on 6th Street and we turned up Walnut Street, and so going the wrong way, but it was closed because of Blink's kind of a rolling closure. And I look up and I'm like, oh my good, I mean, it was like Christmas morning, how cool the buildings look just up Walnut. And you know, we work on Blink, I'd known about this, I'd known about the map, but until you see it, you don't know.
Yeah.
That was cool.
If I, hypothetically, I'm a person, I have a new event and I need somebody to help me. And I call Jackie Reau. When you're starting something new with a new partner, a new client, what are the questions you ask that person?
My first question always is, what is your objective? What does success look like? And how can we help you? Because we're at the table with the business leader, the logistics leader, the security, the operations. So what does success look like? Who's your target audience? How are we going to get them excited? What do we need to tell them? What do we need to show them? So it's really about the business of the event, the business that I really care about. I think of us as solving a lot of problems too that people never even know happen.
Isn't that nice? You know.
That's right.
You know the fire that just got
right.
put out, but they'll never know.
That's
That's, we at the TV station, that'll happen sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Nobody at home
Nobody needs
has
to know that.
any idea
Nope.
what just happened.
Nope.
They don't know that the teleprompter went
right.
down.
That's
They
right.
don't know that a light just went out over there. They have no idea because you just keep
And that's
on
the
going.
beauty of, that's what I love. I love solving problems. I love critical thinking. So that's where I shine.
And is it the same approach whether it's an event with $100,000 or an event with $100 million? Are they the same basic questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the $100 million events. So more of those could come into the city.
I thought
Let's
you
do
might.
it.
I thought you might. Okay, I'm
Let's
going
do
to ask
it.
you one more question, and then I'm going to let you eat your sandwich. We'll let you go. But we're heading into a Bengals season. I wanted to circle back to this because I know what a high point the Super Bowl was, kind of for both of us, because I got to go out there and cover it.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I'm not asking you for prediction in terms of wins and losses, but I'm asking you if the expectations for this team are met, at least where some people have set them, and if a Super Bowl championship would ever happen in this city, if it would happen in this year, what does the next week look like in Cincinnati, do you think?
Oh, first of all, whenever I think about a championship team, I always go back to the Red Sox. Remember Kevin Youkilis from here played on that team, and I remember him saying, wearing the ring, hoisting the trophy, we were just a bunch of knuckleheads who loved each other, right? So teamwork makes the dream work. And I watch mini camp, I watch all the videos, I watch your news, I watch your sports, and I feel like these guys have it. I feel like they like each other, they love each other. There was a drill that they were doing, 2 rookies were doing a drill, and the whole team was around the rookies, and it's like he just won the Super Bowl himself because he outdid the drill.
Yeah.
So for me, we've had tickets at Paycor Stadium since the stadium opened, and I'll go to a Reds game and they'll lose. I'm like, oh man, pitching or whatever. I'll go to FC, they'll lose. I'm like, oh, I had a good time with friends.
Yeah.
I'm telling, my Mondays are destroyed after the Bengals lose, destroyed. And I think we all are.
Yeah.
I mean, I will hop on a call after the Bengals win, and I swear to God, everyone, hoo day, hey, woo, what a game, I mean, people are so genuinely excited.
Yeah. Yep.
And we quantified the media coverage of the last Super Bowl run. So it was something like December 26th, 2021 through February 21st, 2022. It was $4 billion of media coverage that mentioned Cincinnati globally.
Wow.
I guarantee you there is no budget line in the city's budget that has marketing the city at $4 billion, right? And so that's the power of the NFL, that's the power of the Bengals, and that's the power of it attached to Cincinnati. That is so cool when you look at it from a business perspective.
And we're so hungry as a
We
people
are,
for a
and we got to
championship.
keep Joe healthy.
Yes.
We got to keep Joe healthy. That's our plan.
Keep him on his feet.
That's
Defense.
right. That's right.
Do your thing.
And Joe, we trust.
And Joe, we trust. Thank you for hanging out
Thank you.
today.
Thanks for lunch.
Oh, this is great. I'm going to let you eat a little bit.
I will.
So thank you. Thank you for
you.
hanging out.
Thank you.
Jackie Reau, CEO, co-founder of Game Day. Eat up. Eat up.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So much fun.